and thank you so much for tuning into Respectfully with Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm your girl PYT, and let's get into it. I know y'all see that new intro. We done figured out how to make the new intro, y'all. Long story short, I lost the file to edit my intro. Baby, it was a struggle. I was crying, I was panting. It was just so much. I didn't do none of that. I was upset, but I was real pissed though. I was ready to throw some stuff and come in like a wrecking ball. But something told me to check my MacBook, and I did. Lo and behold, it was in my MacBook. So I'm gonna just have to keep my files separate from my MacBook and my phone as pertaining to how I do my edits. Big shout out to CapCut. I made a whole different account so that they don't intermingle or I don't accidentally delete them like I did on my phone. And that is that on that. So every season, maybe every month, might do a birthday edition when that comes around the corner again, summertime, you know. However I feel that I want to do it, I'm just going to keep playing around with it, keep playing around with editing on my laptop or whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, y'all, you already know the vibe. We are talking about Joseline's Cabaret. Episode 12 was about a week ago, but you know, with Thanksgiving and me getting my groceries and me doing everything that I have going on, coming back in town and redecorating my room, which vlog coming soon. I've just been super busy, so respectfully, I'm getting ready for bed. I got work in the morning, and y'all, we are going to talk about the last episode while I get ready for bed. Okay, I got my travel kit, which y'all saw with me when I was out of town in Puerto Rico and when I was out of town in Jersey and Philly and Atlantic City. Listen, this got some miles on it, okay? But while I'm putting everything to the side, please do me a favor, like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe. If you are a Zeus subscriber, holla at your girl. Let me know what you're thinking as far as the shows go. Let me know if you prefer baddies or if you prefer Joseline's Cabaret. Right now, for me, Joseline's Cabaret is winning. Respectfully. If you feel some type of way about it, argue with your mama. Okay? Argue with your mama. Argue with your mama. All right? Okay. So that being said, let's just get on into it. This review is not going to be that long because there's not really much to discuss. This episode was more so like a filler type episode, so everything was just, you know, the way it went. So pertaining to like where we started off from, of course, Isis and some of the other ladies did not make it to the final cut of the, I want to say 7 ladies that made it to the next city, which I want to say was Dallas. Yeah, I want to say it was Dallas. So they're heading to the next city, okay? Isis wasn't feeling Joseline's decision at all, okay? She feel like, what she call them? Joseline's little boys is what she calls them. Okay, my teeth are getting brighter. Shout out to Crest. Okay. What you call it? She calls them Joseline's little boys. But Dre, okay, that's what she calls Drea. As well as the other one. Child, I don't remember what her nicknames for them was. But apparently she saw red and went straight into the bus to try to charge at them. It was a fail. Okay, it was a fail because they ended up catching her in the act and bopping her first. Now, Isis, this is where Isis messed up at. Why didn't you fight them outside of the bus? That whole scene with everyone like waiting for their ticket. I didn't see not one security guard like in camera view at least. So I think it's one of those things where like she could have played it off or circled in the back or act like she was on the phone with somebody, put the phone away and then brah, you know, like attack mode on a million or whatever the case may be. Or the second that what you call it got her ticket, she got her ticket first. What's her name? Danny. The second Daniel, I said Daniel, Lord, I'm over here acting like ISIS. The second Danny got her ticket, she should have jumped stupid. You want to wait until like after the fact, and now you look crazy. Now you legit look stupid as hell. So it's now you just a child. Now you just ain't on the bus. And that's just what it is. So let me know in the comments how you feel about Isis's her final hurrah, which I feel like was a big old waste of time. So the bus leaves, they're headed on to Dallas. Now the bus is behind schedule. I think the bus is behind schedule because of Isis. You got to put 2 and 2 together, okay? So I think the bus is behind schedule because of Isis. Actually, because this is a slower review, let me show y'all what I'm using. So this is the Sephora Moisturizing and Soothing Lip Sleeping Mask. Okay. This is the, I want to say it's the cherry one. It's giving cherry vibes. I see cherries all over it. Cherry lip. Okay, get into it. You know, I got big lips. I got to keep them moisturized. Trying to get my roll on. So that being said, speaking of getting a roll on, the bus gets its roll on. And they singing songs and they're talking. You know, everybody's vibing. You know, they 1 foot in. They know that they 1 foot in and 1 foot in the unemployment line. Because the way Isis was thinking, Isis thought that it was the 2 double dose twins that got her not with a position on the bus, which I can understand her thinking in that, especially with the last couple episodes with them kind of sort of combining forces to be up to no good or whatever the case may be. So let me know in the comments how you feel about Isis's final hurrah, as well as some of the other ladies that didn't make it. So they make it to the city or whatever. They make it a little late. Because of that, some of the other girls ended up doing their makeup on the bus, but some of the other ladies didn't get to do their makeup at all. I know Raven was really upset about that or whatever the case may be, but nonetheless, they have to rehearse outside. Okay, so they're getting their rehearsal on. Next, we have the Ordinary. This is the glycolic acid. Okay, we got to get our tone on. I actually use 2 different toners. And this one right here is the Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner by Fresh. Okay, it has hyaluronic acid, fruit extract. It's supposed to remove impurities, soften. And then this one is the glycolic acid. And it's supposed to improve skin texture, tone, and luminosity. Okay, talk to me nice. So I always do the Ordinary first. So yes, they're outside, they're practicing, and Raven just has the mindset of, listen, monkey see, monkey do. Whatever Danny do, I can do too. Okay, now because of the fact that they're late, they do not get to see the stage. So they're literally practicing with Ricardo outside of the trailers as far as positioning and things of that nature. Now, that is a scary position to be in. I have dance and modeling and things of that nature, like stage presence in my, you know, under my belt or whatever the case may be. So I cannot fathom doing a whole stage performance not knowing your positionings, not knowing how big the stage is, not knowing, like, if you practiced it in your head, if you were to do, like, replicate that on the stage, if you would literally have a foot in the audience. Like, how do we get spacing together? How do we know what is really going on? So they couldn't. So it's one of those things where we just got to figure it the hell out. I remember I did a fashion walk without practicing before. And if you're part of the Meet Me Live community, you know what I'm talking about, because they had the event in Orlando. And it was a fashion show, and it was very impromptu, and they didn't tell nobody, you know, how long the stage was or anything like that. It was just like one of those voluntary situations. They asked me what I wanted to participate in. I said I would participate in the fashion show out of the layouts of stuff that they had. And I didn't know how long it was. And then I was low-key having a wardrobe malfunction. I'm going to see if I can put a clip on here. And I was trying to make sure the titty ain't fall out. So I had the Louis bag on this side just to make sure that my poses consisted of not a single nipple in sight. So I can understand like not practicing on a set circumstance. Okay, so it was time for a show to start, and honestly, I feel two ways about it. One, they did as good as they could, and two, it looked a little messy. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and put on Paula's Choice. I just purchased this. So Sephora, big up to Sephora. Honestly, I want to say all of this come from Sephora minus like a couple different things. So the first three things I put on my face, Sephora. And Paula's Choice, Sephora. This is a skin perfecting 6% mandelic acid, which is what I purchased it for the mandelic acid. Mandelic acid is supposed to be a brightener so that I could start getting rid of some of these darker marks that I have on my face. I'm a chronic pimple popper. Okay, I don't have as terrible acne as I used to, but every now and again I do. For example, homegirl right here that won't leave me alone, or whatever the case may be. So every now and again, you know, I get a couple, you know, couple loose ends, but either or, I want to see if I can get an evener tone on my face. So I bought the travel size just to see how I feel about it, and we will see how it goes. So that being said, it's showtime. Show's going well. They start with Damelo. You already know the vibe. You already know the vibe. You already know the vibe. It's de fuego. Hey, it's de fuego. They do their thing. Which is wanna play games with me, but I hate it. Straight up say all the songs went well. Then all of a sudden, Oceans is getting jumped on the stage. Now it's crazy that they ended the episode like that for the last episode, because it's like it was just one of those things where it was just like, well, not even ended, but in the previews of the next episode or whatever the case may be. Because in my head I was like, what the hell is this? What is happening? It was the intro to the song Drop. I drop your ass on your ass. They literally was dropping Ocean's ass on her ass. So right here we have the Mario Badescu eye cream. Okay. Revitalized tired under eyes with a boost of caffeine infused hydrogen. Okay, small dose, nothing crazy. I don't really have a big under eye problem, but I am aging. So you want to be able to, you know, tackle it while you can. You want to be proactive and not reactive. Okay, get into it. All right, I got this Mario Badescu set, travel set from what's the name of that one place? I want to say Bloomingdale's or Macy's. Which one of them two it was? Macy's. I got it from Macy's. Okay, has a little bit of everything in it. It has the hyaluronic dew cream. It has a cute little travel facial spray with aloe, adaptogens and coconut water. I want to say this is the face scrub down here. And what is this? Hyaluronic dew drops. Replenish, refine, dewy petal skin with a glass glow. Hold on. So one drop to this face and neck after cleansing and toning. Avoid the eye area. Follow with the... Let me see what this talk about. I haven't used this. Okay. Little travel size face like glass. Hold on. So yes. So they do the drop dance and it was kind of interesting. Okay. I guess you can consider that to be Ocean's solo at this point in time. All right. Drea wasn't feeling the pole circumstance. Now Drea got some pole in her. Okay, pause. Drea is good with the pole. Okay, y'all know what I'm trying to say. She's a great exotic dancer, and she said that the poles were not dry, which means poles have to be dry. I don't know if y'all ever been to the strip club, but you'll always see them like kind of sort of like pause, like drying it with a cloth before they kind of sort of start doing their thing or whatever the case may be, and she could not grip it. This is the Tatcha water cream. Okay, get into it. Mind you, all of this stuff is actually, majority of it is on sale wherever you go. Happy Black Friday shopping. So that being said, like, they did their best stage presence wise, they did their best solo wise, they did their best all the way through. Now there was a specific it was actually after Damilo that they were supposed to exit off stage right, but they ended up getting off on their right, which is stage left. Okay. And stage left was not where they were supposed to go, according to Ricardo's, circumstances, as far as how he set it up. Raven, oh my God, I need to find the clip. She was looking like Carlton on that one episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If I can find the clip, I promise y'all I'm gonna show it to y'all. But it was hilarious. They were walking the wrong way and things of that nature, and they kind of sort of had to figure out their way to the other side of the stage. But then altruistically, they did the best that they could. Now, it looked messy from a behind the scenes perspective. If you know what it's supposed to look like and you know how the execution was supposed to go, then it didn't look the best. But it's crazy because when you're on the stage and when you're in theatrics and when you know what something is supposed to look like, it doesn't always come out the way that you want it to. But then to the audience, it still looks pretty okay. They don't see your flaws. They don't see, your mess ups. They didn't realize that you weren't supposed to go to the other side. Raven's little dance probably looked a-okay to some of the people in the audience. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what feels like the end of the world to one is just, a great show to the audience. So, if you were at that show, let me know in the comments how you felt about it. Let me know if you actually noticed their flaws or whatever the case may be. So, after the show, they end up kind of sort of just high-fiving each other. They did amazing, big up to the girls. I will say that they literally can set their differences aside when it's time for showtime, okay? Ain't no business like show business. Fenty Skin, talk to me nice. This is the Butter Drop Whipped Oil Body Cream, okay? Also found at Sephora. Okay, it's scentless, so I like to put this on the rougher areas. Talk to me nice. And then I'll follow up with something with a scent. All right. So, they were excited. Season 5, ho. The girls doing their little chant, doing their little dance, all that good stuff like that. Very next day, they know what city they're going to. They're packing up to head to the next city. I don't even remember what the next city is, but I guess we're going to talk about that after the next episode. So they're gearing up for the next city or whatever the case may be, and it's time to stretch and get ready and all that good stuff like that. So they're on the bus, basically just talking about how excited they are and things of that nature. They get to the new city and it's time to get some work in. Joseline ends up joining them. We're off to Bath and Body Works now. Warm Vanilla Sugar. They're actually having a buy 3 get 3 free Black Friday sale, so hop to it respectfully. So she's asking them how they feel like they did, and they say that they're excited for the new city. They feel like they did amazing. They did the best that they could, even with the circumstances of the beefs and things of that nature. It was actually Queen Envy that answered. And she was just like, what beefs? What's the situations? And they were just like, well, all of the squabbles, all of the tension, all of the craziness, or whatever the case may be. And then Joseline ends up asking, no, that was later. So Joseline asked, like, who gave the most problems or whatever the case may be. And showgirl Neek ends up saying, some of us wanted to go upstairs or whatever the case may be, so that because it was hot or whatever the case may be. And I guess that was giving a little bit of organizational problems or whatever, maybe ordering, I don't know. Either or, you're not where you're supposed to be at, and that gives problems. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, y'all. That was body spray from Bath and Body Works. Champagne Toast. Talk to me nice. And Dove. Okay. Courtesy of Walmart. So yes, that's basically all she had to say. As for Raven, Raven had expressed to Neek that she was upset because Neek did not answer the group chat in a timely fashion and an appropriate fashion. So they have a group chat in which she wanted to make sure that they had all of their shoes in time for the next show, because Raven, being one of the house moms, she is helping with the organization of everything. And I guess the last 7.5 had to go to MV Erica. And I guess she answered separately on the back end. And Neek was just like, you need to get over it. I ain't taking orders from you. I'm only taking orders from Ricardo and Joseline. And Raven wasn't having it. And in my opinion, respectfully, if Raven is having a problem with you, you a problem. Because now you're doing too much. Like, okay, on one instance, I can understand not wanting a bunch of girls that you don't like to have your number. But then at the same token, I feel like proper communication would have been pulling Raven to the side and been like, hey, like, some of these girls don't like me, and I'm not fooling with them having my number, so I'm a 7.5. You got me? I feel like communication is key. You barking at the girl is not going to solve your problems. It's not going to make you look good in front of Joseline. You hollering, I ain't taking nothing from nobody. If Joseline tell me to shut up, then I'm going to shut up. Like she said in the last episode, Joseline looked at her. She said, look, you not special. Yes, ma'am. Say yes, ma'am. Girl, now she got to sun you because you're acting crazy. But it's honestly wild to me that Joseline could literally tell these girls, kind of like Coming to America, bark like a dog, like, and they will do it. They will do it because she said yes, ma'am. She won't answer to nobody. Yes, ma'am, to Joseline. Crazy. So yes, Raven got off her chest that she didn't like the lack of communication, or at least not proper communication or expected communication from her. And Joseline said, yeah, it's fair for her to say that. You should answer. Like, nigga, she's doing what she was told, so you do what you're told. Respectfully. So, and then Neek is not understanding that this has to do with the cabaret, which means Raven is only doing what Joseline told her. So if you're only abiding by what Joseline said, then you have to listen to what Raven said as per Joseline. You making Joseline repeat herself is only going to get you smacked and snatched out of the cabaret. So respectfully, Neek need to tread lightly. I'm surprised Joseline held on to her as long as she had, because it's giving, if she was on season 4, it would have been her Hulk smashed on the sidewalk. Respectfully. I love you, Raven, but it's giving Trading Places. All right. So then from there, what you call it? Envy, Queen Envy ends up saying, I know this is left field, but respectfully, speaking of squabbles and craziness, when me and Henny fought, my chain went missing. One thing about Zeus, a chain will be brought up. So Henny ends up saying that, yeah, I had it and I gave it to Rose. And Rose said, yeah, you gave it to me and I put it down. And Henny was saying, yeah, I can't account for where you put it at and where it's at now. This is what happens when you touch stuff that are not yours, because now it's a blame game type of situation. But I think it's a scheme that production set up, respectfully. I don't think, the last episode I said that I feel like Rose is setting up Henny, but now that I'm looking at it full circle, Rose literally said, oh, I was going to put it on my chain, but production, as soon as she said that, I was like, all right, this is a scheme that production set up. Lemmy and them took the chain just to make the girls have another reason to squabble, because I feel like this episode was a little happy, joy. We didn't get, we got a little fighting at the beginning that we didn't even get to see on camera, and then we got a little bit of fighting at the end that's just a preview to the next episode. So it's one of those things where it's just like, They were just trying to make something juicy pop. But it was a back and forth. Queen Envy was getting sick of it, so she was just like, I'm gonna have to whoop whoever ass when it's time to whoop y'all ass. So then from there, Joseline ends up asking the ladies who they feel like should go home at this point in time. So it's 7 ladies left. Queen Envy was just like, I ain't gonna hold you. Henny, Rose, one of y'all took my chain. And respectfully, both of y'all gonna have to go home if this is the type of energy that she's giving. It was either, she said both of them or just Henny, but I think it was both of them. So then from there, what you call it? Who answers next? Somebody else ended up pointing out Hennessy. More than likely it was Neek. And then Joseline ends up asking Ocean who she wants to go, or who she thinks goes. And she's like, well, if it's off of principle, then of course Henny and Rose and blah blah blah. Of course, dancing around the question. Joseline don't like that. Bitch, who you want to go? Ocean's just like, well, if we do it based off dancing, then Envy Erica. Here she go with the throwing people under the bus. She almost got bitch slapped by Lexi Gold just last episode, and she does not learn her lesson. Like, I understand that it's a competition, but it makes no sense this early in the competition to not desire to be likable, if that makes sense. Take Envy Erica, for example. She stands up for moments that she has to stand up, but for the most part, she is at a good position with everyone in the house. I want to say minus Ocean as of this episode. You feel me? So it's one of those things where, like, she can continue to build and build and build and build, and as long as her dancing is where it needs to be, she could be one of the finalists for the $10,000, $50,000, however much it is, $50,000. Okay, Raven for president with that. Okay, but Ocean's be throwing people under the bus as often as she possibly can. Yeah, I done been a golf ball. It looked like Erica finna win you over. After what I done seen, so it's like you're putting yourself in a worse position. Like your eyes still got some bruises up under it. The swollenness is gone, but you swell up like a cantaloupe. So I'm gonna need you to calm down. And Erica, respectfully, Erica was a bonquisha in her past life, because the way she go from 0 to a million is a little crazy. Because from there, Erica was just like, well, if that's the case, then Oceans need to go home. And then Oceans was basically just like, why are you being petty about it? And she was just like, bitch, you being petty because I ain't had no problem with you before, and all of a sudden you trying to throw me under the bus. Like, what's up? So Ocean's just like, well, you know, she tried to make it about dance and that Erica don't dance all that, or whatever the case may be. Respectfully, Erica dance better than you. Okay? So now Erica's basically telling her that she don't know how to dance. She has no sex appeal. Then she does the leg thing. That's a lie, baby. And honestly, I'm team Erica on that one, because I don't really see it. She built like what you call it? A woman's pro wrestler. She has very wide shoulders and her hips are non-existent. It's giving American Dad in the shape. And it's like she's pretty in the face when she's dolled up, but then her jawline is kind of square. I don't know. She's weird looking in some instances, and then she's pretty in other lights. But if you want to compare her to Erica wins every time. Okay? So then from there, I guess Oceans was trying to explain herself, but she was explaining herself standing up. Bonquisha, aka Erica, started standing up too, and she was just like, my nigga, personal space, boundaries. I need you to take a seat, in my Raven voice. You need to sit down, shut up, stop putting your hands in my face. So Oceans was not understanding that. I think Oceans was giving Karen in this moment, and Erica was giving Bonquisha in this moment, because Oceans was not understanding that you're giving fight stances and its warning signs of Erica needs to stay ready so she ain't got to get ready. And Erica, aka Bonquisha, was just like, all right, this girl gonna have to get slapped because she's not understanding. And she was already getting up under her nerves. She felt some type of way about the Lexi situation. She's feeling some type of way about her situation because now she's being called out and she ain't even do nothing. So, long story short, they start going at it. From what this is looking like as the end of the episode, it looks like Oceans is getting some good hits in, but Erica is not going out like no sucker. Okay? Of course, Joseline is making this face, so you know something crazy is about to happen. But question is, will the bruises be in favor of Erica or in favor of Ocean? So let me know in the comments which one of the two you think had a better fight. I mean, have an upper hand in this fight. Sorry. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the Dallas, whatever city they just came from. I think it was Dallas. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the Dallas performance. What else? Let me know in the comments how you felt about this episode as a whole. If I were to give it a grade, I would probably give it a 7. Only because we did not get to see the ISIS fight in the beginning with Danny. What else? Also because I would have preferred the Oceans versus Erica to be a part of this episode instead of a preview to the next episode. Like, kind of sort of just get it over with before we go to the new city. I don't know. They love ending us on the weirdest cliffhanger. What else? I'm curious to see how these other girls are going to come back. So in social media, it shows that the tour is going and Lexi Gold is going to make a comeback. I think Isis is going to make a comeback. Some of the other girls are basically going to come back. And it's like one of those things where, like, is Joseline inviting them to, like, do they happen to be in town? Are they flying to their city? Like, what is it that is going on that has this happening? Or did Joseline just say, okay, free for all because I'm not feeling any of y'all? I don't know, but it has me curious to how Joseline ended up playing it off to a point in time where I'm shocked that Lexi Gold actually made a comeback, but I'm excited to see like how that will go if, you know, that's a part of the show. Like, I really want to see it. And respectfully, Joseline, was there an Atlanta show, y'all? Did I miss it? Because I want to see the Cabaret. Now, my song is how that song go? Vegas. Welcome to Vegas, baby. You want to come and play me? Give me the money, give me rubies, give me diamonds, baby. Give me your best drip. I wanna go shopping. That's my song. I wanna ride. That is my song, okay? So I would love to see Joseline live, all right? But in the meantime, y'all, let me know in the comments how you felt about the episode. Most valuable dancer. I'll say Raven, because Raven, I will say this, although it was funny watching Raven skedaddle across the stage, she was the only one that didn't just walk across or run across. I don't know if y'all peeped, but if you watch the clips of them trying to skedaddle onto the other side or looking confused as to which side they gotta go, Raven's the only one that tried to at least do something. As funny as it was, like I said before, to the audience, it probably was a part of the act. But to her, it probably was just like, dang, I fumbled the ball. But let me know in the comments how you felt about it. Let me know how you felt about the show. Let me know how many of these products that you use, how many that you're planning on using, and things of that nature, y'all. Respectfully, I'm not sponsored by any of these people, but I like their things. So big shout out to Sephora. Big shout out to Bath and Body Works, Macy's, okay, and Walmart for the deodorant. But I really appreciate y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all, we're at a year. A full year as a YouTuber. I really wanted to be at 1,000 subscribers by this time, but it's okay. I'll settle for the 800, 900 loading, okay? And I appreciate y'all for taking the time to watch PYT TV. Respectfully.